Greetings, Kindred. I am Voivode Maquette, and welcome back to the Thaumaturgical Rituals playlist here on Our World of Darkness. And today we're going to be going over the level 3 ritual of Essence of Air. This ritual may have existed prior to V5, but I'll be completely honest that I gained notice of this when it was used by Eva on LA by Night. It's just such an interesting ritual, and I think that this is a great way to have a wonderful discussion on such a thing that can add some flavor to your game. The book states the caster creates a potion that, when imbibed, allows for limited flight. The Camarilla frowns upon the use of this ritual due to the extreme risk of masquerade breaches. For this reason, its popularity has lessened considerably in the modern Knights. So this is something that, in the storyline, the Tremere would use in the past. The Camarilla, not happy about it, obviously. You can't get away with flying from one building to the next if you're playing a Tremere. It might be a good idea to use this in conjunction with Offuscate in some fashion, but this is definitely a fun ritual because it allows flight. Now, this also, I feel, makes up for the fact that we don't have the thaumaturgy we used to have, where movement of the mind used to allow flight. This is taking its stead. The ingredients for this are leaves and berries of belladonna. So you are ingesting a natural poison to perform this ritual. The process states the caster steeps the belladonna in their blood, reducing the brew over a brazier while incanting words of power. So this is just a standard mantra ritual. This is a ritual where you would chant over a steeping cauldron full of belladonna and your blood until it's infused and then ingest it. It's actually a fairly simple ritual. Now, also, this ritual does not have a time on it for how long it takes to actually practice this. Therefore, knowing that, you should probably take into consideration that a blood sorcery test, which is intelligence plus blood sorcery with a difficulty being the ritual's level +1. So this being a level 3, it'll be a level 4. Is going to be needed, and that 5 minutes per level to cast is going to be needed. So being a level 3, this is going to be a 15-minute ritual. That's not bad considering the fact that we are literally we're talking about flight here. You're gonna have to spend 15 minutes so that you can fly. That's pretty freaking cool. The system states, make the ritual roll when reducing the mixture. A critical win prepares 2 doses worth of the potion. So, in other words, if you get a crit, you don't boil away all of your blood. It's kind of the same as doing a rouse check at that point. The caster can tell whether the ritual succeeded, so they won't end up with a dud. So, basically, I would say that it probably smells bad, or it's a different color, or something. Like the idea that you've burnt it is quite obvious when cooking, and this is going to fall into the same consideration. The resulting black potion retains its potency for a night and activates when imbibed. The potion enables the caster and only them to fly or hover at approximately a running speed for a scene. The caster can carry a human-sized mass, though their speed drops to a walking speed, grappling and carrying aloft an unwilling subject, or pulling the flyer to the ground. Both requires a contest of the caster's strength plus blood sorcery, and the other's strength plus athletics. So, there's a lot in there, and it's all valuable information. First off, these potions only last for 1 night. So again, this is something that you need to take in consideration how much time it takes to cast it. If your player comes up to you with a notebook full of rituals and says, I'm going to do these before game, you need to calculate how much time it's going to take them to do each one of those rituals. In fact, I would just go ahead and make a little note. This ritual takes this long, this ritual takes this long. Find out how much time they have before the game setting actually starts from the time their characters get up. Some rituals might actually help with this, being able to wake up early, and see how many of them they can actually fulfill before game time starts up. I've noticed a lot of vampires do rituals on haste in games. I've never personally allowed that because rituals take time. But I've seen like the cleaning of the insect where they're just like, oh, I'm going to grab a spider and I'm going to bite my tongue and put it in my mouth and just swish it around. And that should work. But that ritual should take like 5 minutes to do. So there's no way in hell that should take that little bit of time. Now, this also gives the speed, which is a running speed at flight. That's pretty good. Unless you're carrying a person or a person-sized object, which drops you down to walking speed. And then also the ability to pull someone physically down while flying, or if you take that in reverse, to actually grab an unwilling victim into the air. There's a lot of useful information in this on how this works, being a simple strength plus blood sorcery versus strength plus athletics test to be able to accomplish those goals. So, has anybody used Essence of Air in this class? If so, please speak up. I love Essence of Air. I think it's a lot of fun, but I completely agree with the Camarilla. It's a massive breach of the Masquerade. It could lead to a lot of problems. I think the big question that I have for everybody is, has anybody used this and had it lead to a breach of the Masquerade in any fashion? Inquiring minds want to know. I am Voivode Maquette, and thank you for joining me in the Thaumaturgical Rituals playlist, and I will see you next time. Class dismissed.